burrito.
Just got a load, don't have a ramp, so we're gonna make this work out. No, that's good. All right, guys, just got loaded. Unfortunately, the broker did not tell me that I needed a ramp, and I asked him specifically. I said, hey, do I need a ramp for this? Because it's a man lift, and if you don't have a ramp, how are they gonna load it? Because this is a job site. And he said, no, you don't need it. When I got here and I said, hey, how are we gonna load this? He said, you were supposed to have a ramp, and I didn't. So I called the broker, and then he said, go ahead and call a wrecker, and then I'll pay you for it with my credit card. So I called the wrecker, and the broker paid with his credit card, and we got this thing situated. The wrecker was actually super nice. him and his son was working, so what they did, they went ahead and showed me how to tighten down the man lift. I know how to tighten it, but I let them to show how they do it, just to make sure that I'm doing it right, and maybe I learned something from them. And he actually taught me how to operate it, so in case I need to move it because I'm overweight on the scales, then I can do that. But yeah, we got 4-point in contact here, and then 1 chain over there, so we are good to go. It weighs 10,000 pounds, so I'm not that heavy. This load is going from San Francisco to Tucson. It's paying $1,900 on 800 miles, I think. So it's a pretty light load. Let's go ahead and get this done. 800 miles, we should be there in a day, or a day and some couple of hours. So it's very nice to meet good people, you know. They have some knowledge and they want to pass it on, and this guy did exactly what good people does, you know. Pass on the knowledge that you have and let other people learn from it, you know. But let's go ahead and hit the road and get some miles in. Alright guys, going up the hill southbound on I-5, I think right before Los Angeles. The Ford is doing good. I'm going at 29 miles an hour because I am loaded at 10,000 pounds, so I don't want the truck screaming at me, and I don't want to hurt the truck, so I'm just going to take my time. Because what happens is that if you push it too hard, it's just gonna scream, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna hurt the engine, you know, eventually. So I have my 4-way flashers on, and I'll just take my time. But this place is beautiful. The mountains are absolutely beautiful. The only thing that is not beautiful is that the wildfire that is going on right now. But this Western Express is going slow as well, so I'm down to 27 miles an hour. But we'll get there eventually, you know. Look at this semi truck, Swift. He's going fast. He's probably empty, you know. going down the hill. I need a little help on this. How do you guys go down the hill? Do you guys just go ahead and downshift like I am and not put the engine brake on and go down the hill? Or do you leave the engine brake on and still downshift? Because when I do have the engine brake on, the truck screams at me really bad. So I don't know if that's a bad thing for the truck or what. But yeah, I just have it on the 5th gear right now, going down. The RPM is crazy, so I hope nothing bad will happen. But I am very scared of putting the engine brake on, because when I do that, the truck screams at me really bad. So, and I think that will cause an issue eventually. So please let me know what your thoughts are and how you guys do it. Those who are experienced, please let me know. What's for lunch, Yusuf? Sardines, tortillas, and this seasoning right here. This is gonna be my lunch. I wanted to share with you guys how, you know, what my lunch looks like. Sometimes, you know. But yeah, there will be days that I eat good, and there will be days that I eat canned food. So hey, not bad, right? Not bad. Let's put some of these on here. That's good enough. Maybe a little bit of this too. There you go. You got yourself a sardine burrito, I guess. Not bad, not bad. Let's not waste this juice. Get some of it. Pretty good. So far so good, guys. I made it to Ehrenberg, Arizona. It's the exit number 1, the flying J that is in the exit number 1. So I learned something. Arizona is super hot, so I'm gonna have to idle tonight so I don't have to sweat. But it's October and it's still hot, so the chains are holding up pretty good. But I was gonna show you guys something. Remember that one weird spot that I was having issues with in the trailer? That was on the other side, the inner tire. This one started doing the same thing. One of my viewers saying that this is called feathering, and it has a lot of reasons that the tire gets worn out in a weird way. One of them could be a low imbalanced air pressure, but I checked all of my air pressures and they were fine. But the tire on the other side was worn out very bad, so I went ahead and bought 2 new tires, and I changed this one right here because it was getting ready to pop out, you know, like to have a blowout. So I changed this tire. You see that it's brand new and this is not, but the tires are good. This axle is giving me an issue, so I'm not sure whether it's the axle, it's the brakes, or what's the reason. This one in the back, it's not giving me any issues, but these two, like this inner one and the other side, the inner one, are giving me issues. I took it to a trailer place, and then they said that just go ahead and change the tires and see if it does the same thing, and if it does, go ahead and bring it back to the shop and they can take a look at it. I thought that was the weirdest answer I have gotten with no solution to my problem. But yeah, I went ahead and bought this tire as a spare in case the other one gets worn out too fast and I still have an extra tire. I did not get a chance to buy a wheel, a 16-inch wheel, but when I do get a chance, I will go ahead and have a wheel with me, like two. So I have 2 spare tires, one here and one over here, like here. So Okay, so the wrecker who came out to put this man lift on my trailer using his rollback, he was very nice, and he was working with his son as well, and his son showed me a different way. So so what I would have done, I would have went across with one chain and put a binder over here only. But what he did, what his son did, is that he went ahead and put the end of these chains over here, one here, one over there, and then right here he just went ahead and hooked the binder here and then tightened it up. I'm used to do it differently. I think I like his way much better, because that way the one end of the binder is hooking on the chain and the other is hooking on the trailer, I guess. Yeah, and also he did the same thing in the back, but this time he went through like underneath it in that way, and on the other top he went outside. But he said you could either do it through or over, no problem. He suggested that I put a chain across here or a strap, doesn't matter. So that's what I did as well. You see how he did it? If it was me, I would have put this end of the hook right here so that it's going over, but this seems to be much simpler. He also suggested that, you see how, so this is 10,000 pounds, right? The entire 10,000 pounds is sitting on 4 wheels, which you have 2,500 pounds on each wheel. So when he suggested that anytime you load something like this where it has 4 tires, make sure that you put it on the cross members, like here. You see how there are cross members right here? So what he was saying, if you put the tire in the middle, like on top, like in the middle right here, what would happen is that they will go right through it, because it weighs so much, you see? So this is where the tire is, and that's where the cross member is. Had I put it here where there is no cross members, this tire would go right through it, and then it will break my trailer. Yeah, I'm 3 hours away from Tucson, and we will drop this bad boy tomorrow, which is Friday, and then I will get another load. I have not decided. I have not gotten another load, so I will just look for it first thing in the morning. I will see if I could get a load back to California, because I like California. It's paying very good, you know. It's much better than Northeast, because you get the same rate in California than you do in Northeast, roughly. But here you don't have any tolls, and I like the weather. The weather is nice. It doesn't rain, or no crazy rains, so I enjoy it. All right guys, so got unloaded, but unfortunately I could not record the unloading part of it, because the guy at the receiving end was not having a good day for some reason, and I did not want to further make him miserable, you know, so I did not record. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and answer a couple of questions that I get the most, which is people are concerned to know how do I get my loads, and whether I line them up one after the other, or how long I wait between one load or the other. So 10% of the time I'm able to line up a load before I get there. Let's say I'm on Tucson right now. Sometimes, like 10% of the time, I'm able to book a load ahead of time, which it makes it much easier. But 90% of the time I get to that location, I unload, and then I look for another load, and it takes anywhere between 5 minutes up to like 6-7 hours, and sometimes a day. So there is no definite time on how long it takes for me to get another reload. The only thing I need to do, I need to make sure that I look at the load board all the time to get me a good load. Luckily, I am fortunate enough to have my dad with me, so my dad looks at the load board, and as soon as he finds a good load, he lets me know, and we make a phone call and lock it in. So for this load that I just dropped, the man lift that I brought from California to Tucson, as I was getting unloaded, my dad was on the load board, and he signaled me saying, hey, there's a good load, why don't you go ahead and call this before you get unloaded. So I already, and the only thing we need to do is just deadhead. I think it was an hour or so, which was pretty good, you know. And sometimes you get to that location, to your drop-off location, you don't have any other loads, and the only thing you need to do is be constantly on the load board, and hopefully you get a load soon. And sometimes that soon means an entire day. So just wanted to clear out that question that I get the most. But this will do it for this video. I hope you find this entertaining, or at least informative. Until later, I'll see you guys.